Hey, welcome to my realm. This is Darkwing Dave, and we're on the Dark Moon Kingdom realm. It's a bedrock Minecraft realm in survival, and I'm going to give you a tour for the first episode in my World Tour series. I'm going to give you a tour of the village behind me that I call Darkwing Village. All right, so let's get started because we've got a lot of ground to cover. Here, let me go back this way. So the first thing in the village is this treehouse. This treehouse was originally designed by a YouTuber named Avocado, and I will put all the credits for all the YouTubers that inspired me in the description of this video. So check in the description if you want to see links to the other channels, and you can check out all their builds and tutorials. Yes, I do build from tutorials. I don't always build from tutorials, but I do enjoy it. So in this case, the village, I needed to get a village built pretty quickly at the time, and I decided to go with building tutorials. So here we are. And I'll explain why, but I also do customize them and try to make them my own in some way or another. Hello, Salem. How are you doing today? Salem is ready for spooky season. We got to get our jack-o'-lanterns out. But anyway, we're going to move on over here to the village, just kind of come in this side over here. So the first thing I needed to do when I made this village was I needed to figure out how to do the roads. So what I ended up doing was putting down a grid road system, and I just used a shovel to create the path blocks. And I think that that's pretty self-explanatory. If you just look, you can see how the roads go this way, they go this way. And I didn't go too far into depth with the roads. I mean, they're really simple, as you can see, and I think it works really well for this village. So anyway, we're going to start the tour right here with the butcher shop. We have the butcher shop. Again, these buildings were designed and inspired by Micatect. All right, so again, check the description of the video and you'll find the YouTuber's name. I've changed things like the colors. I've added the meat rack. I've added a player shop inside. So I've taken all these buildings that they've created and turned them into shops in my village. So this is the butcher shop. And then we have the shepherd house, which is also a shop. If we head on inside, we'll see that these barrels are full of boxes of colored wool for sale. So we have blue and magenta wool and red wool in that box. And each one of these barrels has all the different colors of wool that somebody could purchase. So what I really love about these villager buildings that Micatect created are really the size. They're so small and yet so detailed. So they were really easy and fast to build. They didn't take a lot of materials or resources. And so I really do like these buildings. Over here we have the Fletcher house. So the Fletcher house is where I'm going to be selling some random bows for an emerald. You can go inside and buy arrows and feathers and stuff. So if you look in the barrels above for prices, we got feathers and arrows. And there's other things. I will get into a more in-depth tour of the village economy and how it works, because I do have an exchange that I built where you can exchange items with me. In this barrel, there's a list of items in the book there. You'll exchange the items with me for Darkwing dollars, and then you can use the Darkwing dollars as a credit to purchase items from any of the shops on here. Again, I'm going to do a more in-depth tutorial on how to use the economy over here in another episode. If we continue down the road this way, we have the trading hall. The trading hall was somewhere you could put villagers and trade with them. Now, all my villagers are in a separate trading hall elsewhere, so I don't need them here. So I just went ahead and replaced them with these little dummies. And but you can still buy things if you need rockets. This guy's selling rockets. All right, so we'll continue down this side of the road first. So we have the storage shop, which was a building that is designed by Micatect so that you can put all your items in it. It's a storage room, basically. It's got plenty of barrels and chests outside. You go inside, and in mine, you can buy shulker boxes for $8 each. But they have all this storage room in here that you can put all your items in. These are empty. And you got a little work area, so you can do all your work in and store your items. And it's really neat. So if you're looking for a storage shop, a storage room, I should say, for your village on your Minecraft server or realm or world, this is a really good one. So also, I've got a sign in here. It tells you where to get Darkwing dollars if you're not sure where to get those. But in here they can purchase boxes, empty boxes, $8 per box. Every one of these chests is full of boxes. Lots of shulker boxes. This place also has a neat little tower that you can climb up into. And then once you get up here, you can just look around. There's Redwood Village over there. We'll do that in another tour video. I'm gonna come on outside. I want to go back behind here because I kind of missed it. We did see the Fletcher house down that way, but also you have the weaponsmith here where I'm going to be selling just odds and ends and extra things that I have if anybody wants to buy them. These are mostly just props, you know, because I've got this little shop here, so it's got to look like it's a real shop and selling items. And you know, maybe in the future those barrels back there inside the shop will actually have some good weapons and stuff to purchase. We had the Fletcher, the leather house, so the leather worker. This is the leather worker's place. In here I'm selling leather by the stack or in the box. They also have kind of this little ladder you can climb up and look out. Nothing too fancy. Again, these are really simple but highly detailed builds. I really like them. This would be where the leather worker does their handcrafted leather for sale, and they can dye leather here at this station. Back here you have a little wizard's tower, and I turned it into the cleric house. As you can see through the window, there's some items for sale up in there, and there's mostly potion ingredients in this building. You can also buy totems in there. So that's this half of the village. If we continue back around this way, you have the lumberjack. Got his little axe out front. Got his stack of wood. He's been cutting down trees at the tree farm. And if you just don't have time, you don't want to cut down your own trees, you can stop by and you can purchase spruce logs at $16 per stack. There's also some sticks. As you can see, people have been buying things from him. He does still have a lot of spruce leaves for sale. I know that some folks need spruce leaves or any type of leaf in a jiffy, you know, just need to run over and grab some leaves real quick because they're working on some build and they don't have enough. There's extra in there. So then we get to the armorer, and then there's also the blacksmith on this side of the street. The blacksmith was pretty neat to build. It has a tower. I did put a ladder that goes to the top of the tower. That was not in the tutorial video. I hung some signs because now we have hanging signs, so I thought that would be a neat addition. And other decor. I like to decorate these more than the original tutorial shows. But if you stand back here, we look at this armorer building. Mikatek's channel did not have an armorer house tutorial. So I had to come up with my own design. But after building all the other buildings, I had actually learned a thing or two about their building style, and I was able to design and build this myself. So I'm really proud of this build because I feel like it definitely fits in with the rest of the builds and looks a lot like the original artist's creations. So what we have here is I've got some armor statues outside with the new banners on shields to show that off as a new feature in Bedrock Minecraft, which I thought was pretty neat. Glad they added it finally. Inside I've got one of my original sets of diamond armor in here. It looks like I don't have the boots in here. There's some stuff to do some work and some smelting, and up here in the barrels, whoops, I'm sorry, I'm selling a few different shields with banners on them just for the fun of it. I don't have anything in that one yet, and this one, just some simple shields for 4 emeralds a piece. It's pretty dang cheap. It looks like it's getting dark on us, but not to worry. I do take a lot of care to make sure that everything is lit well and that areas are safe in general, so we don't have to worry about mobs coming up here and like blowing things up. But what we do have to watch out for at night are the raiding parties, because regularly they seem to show up. I'm kind of looking around, making sure we don't have any. You know what? In fact, I'm just gonna duck into this armor house here and borrow their bed. We'll just take a nap here, and then when we get up, it'll be morning time, and we'll head on over across to the other side of the village. So if I come around this way, we're going to pass by the building office and the frog fountain here. And I believe we'll go this way, Back over here, this is not part of Darkwing Village per se. It's more like part of Redwood Village, which is back off behind there. You can see Redwood Village back there, and then we have a lighthouse. There is a river that runs through here, so I decided it was good enough to have a lighthouse, and you can actually go into that shop and purchase all sorts of different lights. The stables being part of the Redwood Village should be in a future tour episode. When I tour Redwood Village, we'll explain the stables as well as the castle back up there. This right here is the cartographer house. We go on inside. I have a map of the kingdom on the map wall at the cartographer. The cartographer has been busy working on the map for the kingdom. We have the Redwood Village here in the middle that's still under construction and needs completion around this end, and I need a big build up on top of here. I also have a little desert village starting over here in the bottom corner of the kingdom where the desert was creeping in, and we'll take a look at that in another tour episode. Right now we are here, right here in this cartographer house, and this is Darkwing Village with the Darkwing Farms, the greenhouse, the main building office. If you look up here, this is the Redwood Castle. So we are here in Darkwing Village, taking a tour. This shop sells paper, they sell cartography tables and compasses and anything you would need to get started on your adventure. You can stop in here and purchase those materials if you like. I'm really trying not to make this a tour of the economy yet, so we're gonna skip over some of that kind of stuff. So we have a library right here. This little library is pretty cool. It was built prior to the chiseled bookshelves being introduced into the game, so we have regular bookshelves in here. I may change those out at some point just to update it. I do have a little spot here where you would check out your books, but they also have books for sale. So if you look in the barrels above, you're going to find books for sale. $5 per stack. It's not a bad deal. All right, we're going to continue with our tour. Over here we have the Darkwing Pub. This is a tavern build from Micatech. Same YouTuber that built and designed these other medieval buildings has this tavern here. Inside the tavern you will find things like food and drink for sale. Also there are some rooms upstairs for you to check out. Let me go down this way. Right behind the tavern is also an inn, so there's extra rooms here at the inn, at least 2 rooms up in there. Darkwing Inn. And a little stable stall, lean-to, whatever you want to call this thing, for your animals whenever you do visit the realm. Now again, I'm making this video series and these episodes on my channel for friends and family that play Minecraft with me, and some that have expressed interest in playing but haven't taken the plunge yet into Minecraft. So hopefully this is going to be inspiring for them. Now when you get up from your night at the inn and you wake up in the morning and you look outside, you're going to see this bakery. You're going to smell the treats cooking. They have cakes and pies. You've got a cake, cookies, and there's baked potatoes, and you've got pumpkin pie and fresh bread. So everything you'd need over here at this bakery to eat. We also have a Chateau Le Drink, which was a winery, but Minecraft won't let me write that on the sign, so now we have this funny name, Chateau Le Drink. Come on inside, and fresh drink, sea barrels for prices. You come in here, and there are drinks in here. These are potions of instant health. There's also some swiftness potions, and I'll probably be adding a lot more to this selection of drinks in here. Right now, there are none. Back here, we have a farmhouse, and it's a really simple farmhouse. It actually came with just this little tiny patch of wheat with it, so I went ahead and added extra wheat to the farm just for looks. I had the space back here and wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, so it turned into farms. We've got carrots right here. We've got potatoes back there. We've still got some empty space up front and by the wall that I can build. I don't know what I'm going to build there yet. I do have a little bit of space out here. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing with this yet either. If you have any ideas, let me know in the comments. But I'm thinking maybe some of those little wagons or shopping carts or something I can put out here. And you know, I don't know. Maybe we'll just landscape it and make it pretty because it leads up to the greenhouse. I mean, this is not a bad view. And so speaking of greenhouse, the greenhouse was also a build that is not by the same YouTuber. So this one is Sidus Gaming, and I can't know if I'm saying that right, but there it is. Again, all the credits will be in the About section of this video so that you can read the description and link to any of the channels that I've mentioned. I also sell flowers in here by the box. I've got all the flower types. I'm still expanding, so I don't have everything I want to put in here quite yet, but we do have a few things in this building. And I don't remember, maybe we came through here already, maybe we didn't. I don't think we did. So there's also this flower stand that I put out here, and I believe this one was Blue Nerd Gaming. They have lots of little decorations you can put around your villages, your medieval villages, so you should check them out as well. And that's actually what I was thinking about, you know, up here in this area. They've probably got lots of other little decorations we could build and put out in this area for this town. So I think I've gone over everything, I believe. That's the library, the cartographer house, the bakery, the tavern, the inn back there, the winery, the farmhouse, the farms in general. Oh, there's a barn back here behind the farmhouse. So I do have a barn. I need to get more animals in there, and I also need to figure out, you know, I think I'm going to sell saddles and leads and other things of that nature inside this barn shop, if you will. And we also have the crops back here for the winery itself. In this space back here, I've got enough room to put in another building. I think we're going to put the stonemasons, so look forward to that on a future Let's Play episode and or Twitch. I might just stream it live, I'm not sure. And I think I'm going to put a mine entrance right there on this wall where this dirt hill is at that goes into some kind of thing there as well. Back here you have the back of the inn, and you have the entrance to the castle. I have a little work area right here where I'm using to build out this village right now. But a little sneak peek from the castle here. If we come up around the corner and go to the top of the stairs, then we'll be able to kind of see what this castle looks like. Now the base design of this castle, which means the tutorial I started with was by a YouTuber called It's Marlowe, and again in the description with the link. And I went ahead and heavily modified it. I changed out colors and some of the block types, and I did not build the keep that was in the middle. I did this big roof on here, custom made by me. And whenever I do the tour of this castle, you'll be able to see all the details, and I'll explain all that to you. So I'm going to hop up here, and the point coming up here was to look around and see this village we just went through a tour on really quickly. So over here we'll start. We had the lighthouse, we had the storage house, we have the blacksmith, there's the trading hall, there's the shepherd's house, there's the butcher, the leather worker, the cleric tower back there. Then there's the little Fletcher house right over here, and then back in the back where this tower is at, where my cursor is at here, this tower back there, that's the weaponsmith. So also we had the armorer, we have the Darkwing Exchange, we have the Darkwing Building Company main office, we have the treehouse, we have the greenhouse. Right down here we have the library, we have the cartographer house, we have the what is that? The tavern, the tavern, the inn, the bakery, the winery, Chateau Le Drink, sorry, and the farmhouse with the farms back there. Like those farms are so far out of render distance, they're not even showing back there. And then we'll have a future build right over there. So I think, oh, and the pond with the frog, can't forget that one. But I believe that pretty much does that for this episode. So thanks for sticking around with me. If you're still here, you watched to the end, I really appreciate it. If you got something useful out of this video, or if you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. I could really use it. And if you want to follow me for more, go right ahead. I'm going to be doing more videos in this series for the world tour, where we tour the Redwood Village and the desert village back over there. We're also going to tour the castle and what's underground underneath it. We'll do a full base farm tour for everything that's underground here in another episode. So you don't want to miss that. That's where I have all my farms and automation and storage and sorting systems and all that fun stuff. Also, we'll have to at some point venture out of this kingdom and go around the server and see what else is out there. Other people play on this server, and so I'll check with them and see if they will let me do a tour. And then also the farms that I've built, some of them are out and about, not necessarily underneath this base, but they may be all over out there. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I think that's all we're going to do for this episode. So I hope you have a great time and you enjoy yourself, and we'll see you in the next episode. All right. This is Darkwing Dave signing out.